Hi, my name is Layla, and I'm the owner and founder of godlybusinesswoman.com. Now, this video is part of a series where we'll be studying different women from the Bible. And in this video, we're going to be studying Rahab. And the reason that we're studying her is because studying her really helped me come to a realization. So let me give you a little bit of a background story. So I became widowed when my twin daughters were only 11 and a half months old. My husband passed away tragically in Hawaii in a flash flood, and we were together on a family slash company trip. So I went from, first of all, just a new mom, only 11 and a half month old twins, to then all of a sudden becoming widowed. And I was running a business with my husband, and I still run a business. I'm in financial services. But then I had to sort of navigate life as a widow and figure out how to run a business, and also figure out how to really incorporate God into the business and how to really let God lead me in every aspect of my life. And that takes some work. I mean, it takes a lot of trust to really say, okay, Lord, I give everything up to you. So I had to learn how to essentially give my daughters to him. In other words, if God forbid he ends up taking my daughters, at least they're in heaven with him. But after my husband passed away, and he, like I said, he died in a flash flood. He's in the ocean. We never discovered his body. I would have these dreams that my daughters were falling into a pool or falling into a body of water, and I couldn't retrieve them. So there was sort of this fear, like I needed to have like a grip on my daughters, and I was really worried that, okay, God took my husband, what if he does take my daughters, or what if he takes me and now they're orphans? So there was a lot of fear surrounding death. So I had to say, okay, God, whatever your will is for my life will be your will for my life. And I hope that you don't take my daughters, but if you happen to take my daughters, at least I know they're with you in heaven. And I just had to have this peace about whatever's God's will be God's will. So I took a couple of years off of work, and that's really, thank God, it's just another blessing of God. We're in the financial services industry. We sell life insurance, or my husband had life insurance. That's why I think it's really important to do proper financial planning. My husband passed away unexpectedly, and it allowed me to take a couple of years off and really, figure out being a mom, and my daughters are growing and it's getting easier and easier. So now I'm looking to get back into the business, but I'm the breadwinner, I'm the mom, I'm the dad, I'm everything. And God blessed me with a brand new house. And that was something that I had to put to God. I said, I want to buy an investment property. So I was moving into the direction of buying an investment property. And then I wasn't sure if I should take it or not. And I said, God, if it's not your will, block it. And at the very last minute, the lender declined me. So I took it as, okay, you don't want me to buy that house. Okay, great. And then every house that I was looking at just kept falling through. And so I was like, okay, God, I don't know if you want me to have a house or not, but I'm just going to keep moving in the direction. And I was very specific. I said, I want a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. And even though it's just my daughters and me, but I'm thinking future, I'm thinking growth. And as I started shopping around for houses, things were falling through. So that's when I was like, okay, are you sure you want me to have a house or not? Well, I'm just going to keep moving in the direction of it. And if you want me to have a house, then it will be done. Fast forward, I did. I got a brand new house built completely from scratch. 4-bed, 3-bath house. Actually, it wasn't even supposed to be a 3-bath house, but at the last minute, the builders decided to convert. I think it was supposed to be a closet into a bathroom. So now I have my bedroom, my daughters have their bedroom, they have a playroom, and then I have this, which is office slash guest room. So super, super blessed. I feel like God's been completely taking care of me and my family from day one. But now I still have this sort of recurring fear about business. What if I don't do enough work? What if I don't make enough phone calls? What if I mess up somehow in building my business? Is God going to let my savings just dwindle to nothing? Is he really going to help me? Is he going to bring people? How much is how much of the work and the growth and the success of my business depend on me, my actual work, compared to God's grace and God doing his work. Does that make sense? So, because I know how to live a life without God. I know how to be super disciplined, have self control, and have everything on me and work, from early in the morning until 3 a.m. I know what that's like. But learning how to rest in God, that I wasn't entirely sure how to do. So I'm going to read to you the story of Rahab and show you how her story really blessed me. Okay, so I'm going to start here. So you can find this in Joshua 2. Okay, so Rahab hides the spies. Now Joshua, the son of Nun, sent out 2 men from Acacia Grove to spy secretly, saying, "Go view the land, especially Jericho." So they went and came to a house of a harlot named Rahab. Harlot basically means she was a prostitute, and lodged there. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, "Behold, men have come here tonight from the children of Israel to search out the country." So the king of Jericho sent to Rahab, saying, "Bring out the men who have come to you, who have entered your house, for they have come to search out all of the country." Then the woman took the 2 men and hid them. And she said, "Yes, the men came to me, but I did not know where they came from. And it happened as the gate was being shut when it was dark, and the men went out. Where the men went, I do not know. Pursue them quickly, for you may overtake them." So basically, she went up, she hid them up on the roof. And when the police came searching to her house, because, she's a prostitute, so men probably frequent and come in and out of her house, and they said, "Did men come?" She says, "Yes, they came, but I don't know where they went." Go that away, basically. Go get them. But truly she had hid them upstairs, okay? And it says here in number 6, "But she had brought them up to the roof and hidden them with stalks of flax, which she had laid in order on the roof. Then the men pursued them by the road to the Jordan to the ford. And as soon as those who pursued them had gone out, they shut the gate." Okay. Now let's look at this. Okay, so now before they lay down, she came up to them on the roof, and she said to the men, "I know that the Lord has given you the land, that the terror of you has fallen on us, and that all the inhabitants of the land are faint-hearted because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites who are on the other side of the Jordan." And so then it goes to 11. "As soon as we heard these things, our hearts melted, neither did there remain any more courage in anyone because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and on earth beneath." And then she asks them to show her kindness, to basically protect her house with her parents and her brothers and her sisters, because she helped deliver them from death, and they ended up, delivering her from death. They did protecting her. So, what can we get from all of this? It says here in Hebrews, "By faith, the harlot Rahab did not perish with those who did not believe, but she had received the spies with peace." So, how does this correlate with us in business as moms? Well, first of all, she knew that the Lord is the Lord, the one and only God, the Lord over everything, the creator of heaven and earth. This is the Lord. So she already knew and had faith in the Lord and who he is. So she acted in faith. How does she act in faith? By saving the men, by hiding them up on the roof. So when the police came, she says they went that way. She was, living on faith. Some people might say, "Oh, so she lied." Well, let's put it like this. If you were in your house and some burglars, some robbers, some would-be killers came knocking on your door and said, "Hey, I'm going to kill you and your family and your children," Let me know where your children are hiding. Are you going to say, yeah, my children are hiding in the fourth room upstairs? You're going to say, my children aren't here. They're away at summer camp. Of course, you're going to lie to protect your children. Okay. So, and it was said that she, by faith, they gave her credit here in Hebrews. She was given credit that she had faith and she received the spies and protected them. So, also, this is a woman who is a prostitute that was written about in the Bible. God used a prostitute, basically a woman who has men coming in and out of her home to hide the men that God wanted to protect to enter her home. So it wasn't unusual when people said, hey, did these men come into your home? Of course, men come into her home because she was a harlot. But she acted in faith of who God was and who these prophets were and protected them. She acted in faith. Okay. Now, how does that correlate? So, before I came to this realization, and by the way, this whole series that I'm sharing with you, this video today, my pastor talked about it. And I had been praying to God because the day before I had a realization when Jesus says, you have to give up your life, pick up your cross, and follow me, which I've read many times. But when I read that, it hit me differently. And it hit me differently because I thought, okay, I am very attached to what I want to achieve. I want to pay off the mortgage. I want to, and I was also measuring the success of my business monetarily and different ways and through views and things like that, right? So I'm holding on to my life. I'm holding on to a measurement that I have. But then I thought, first of all, I don't even know if I'm going to pay off this mortgage. What if I end up buying a house somewhere else and I rent it out? And then the renters are helping to pay for the mortgage. What happens if I get remarried? I don't know what the future has in store. So I'm holding on and having this pressure that I'm putting on myself and this anxiety to try to achieve and to see results in a certain way, but not really knowing what God truly has in store for me and what his plans really are for me. I'm really wanting to trust in him and I'm saying, okay, I'm trusting in you, Lord, but this is what I want to accomplish. I'm going to work and make sure that I accomplish this. But what if this isn't in alignment with him? And by the way, I have this website, Godly Businesswoman. I really believe that God gave me the vision for this website and he gave me the name. Let me pull my charger. He gave me the name, oops, of my website. Let me put this on pause and charge my computer one second. Okay, we're all good. So I feel like God gave me the name of my website, Godly Businesswoman. So if God gave me the name and he also gave me the vision, I have a networking event coming up September 18th here, where it's godly businesswomen, Christian businesswomen to connect, collaborate, and build community. Because I think that's something that we're missing. The Bible, if you look at Proverbs 31, and I have a video that I did on this channel studying Proverbs 31, we can, if we want, to run a business, to invest, to be wise with our finances, which we should, also maintain the house. It's possible to do both and to have our kids and raise our daughters. I'm a homeschooling mom. In a way, it seems like there's a lot of me. So I'm the breadwinner. I'm raising my daughters alone. I'm homeschooling my daughters. But I don't really know what God's plans for the future are for me. The only thing that I can truly do is live in faith. So I come to this realization that God, okay, I'm going to give up my life, even my business. I feel like you gave me the name of Godly Businesswoman. You gave me the name of Top Financial Agency once I, came as an independent agent after my husband passed away. And he also gave me the ministry of My Baby in Heaven, which is an online memorial for babies that are in heaven after miscarriage and abortion. So I feel, okay, God, you gave me the names of these. I truly believe that. So then I thought, okay, so I'm going to give everything up to you. The very next day, it was this weird thing where I almost felt like, okay, I gave everything to God. So what do I do? And I know it sounds weird right now. I know it sounds really weird because now that I came to this realization, it's like, why would you even think that? But I thought, okay, so I'm giving everything up to God. So God's got it. All my business success and everything is gonna come from God. I don't have to work so hard and put so much grit in my own self because God's got it. So what do I do? Do I work as hard as I did before? Do I work less hard? Do I just not work? If, God wants me to have success and he's going to bring people to me. So that day I didn't really work, but then I didn't feel happy about it. I felt annoyed that day. I felt off. I wasn't happy. I still didn't feel joy or peace or anything for the spirits. I was more annoyed and just lazy. I honestly, that day was a lazy day. But we have church that evening. I go to two churches. This is the second church at Calvary that I go to here in Chino Hills with Pastor Jack Hibbs. And I said, Lord, I really need the answers because I don't feel the fruit of the Spirit. I feel really conflicted. I don't know how to give you my business and not be lazy. I know something is off, but I can't figure out what it was. And he answered all of those questions for me through this story and also talking to us about how we're blessed in the waiting. The Bible says that we are blessed when we wait on the Lord. It's in Psalm, and I'll put it in this title, you know, in this video, so you can research that. So I was able to put those pieces together. She had faith in the Lord and who He was, so she acted in faith. So I have faith that God gave me the names of the business and He gave me this vision. We're going to have conferences all over the country, heck, all over the world. We're going to be gathering business women, godly business women who are wives, who are mothers, who are married to godly men. Or even if you're not married, or if you're widowed like me, you can still live a godly female life and be, what exactly does a proverb say? More precious than rubies. And we can live in this godly way, which is different than what you're seeing right now in society, which is women are the future, women are, even above men or equal to men. I mean, we're really not. And I'm telling you, being head of households with the kids, running the business, and doing this, like I'm leaning on God a lot. I don't have a physical husband because I'm a widow, but I'm learning even more and more how to take a back seat to God and how to let God lead me in my motherhood as a woman, as a businesswoman. So I'm letting him lead. But does that mean that I just sit and do nothing? No, that means I act in faith. So how do I act in faith now? Think about it like this. If for sure, 100%, God is who he says he is, and that he promises to take care of me, to give me a roof over my head, to give me food, to have my basic necessities of my clothes, and he's going to take care of my daughters. They don't have a father. He's going to take care of me because I'm a widow. I have to put my faith and my trust in that. I also have faith and belief and trust that he's the one that gave me these names and that he gave me the vision of where I can go in my business. So I have my trust, I have my faith in that. Now I just move. I just move. I go forward. I make these videos. I improve on me doing these videos. I go out to networking events. I organize a networking event and pray that women show up, pray that God blesses that networking event. I try to think about how I can provide the most value for this networking event. I do videos to promote it and market it. I put links everywhere. I do what I physically can and know how. And I ask God for direction. How do I market this? How do I do this? What is an idea for a video? Give me an idea. And then before I do these videos, I pray. Lord, speak through me. Let the Holy Spirit guide me. What message would you like me to say to the women out there? So I pray above every aspect of my business and I continue to act in faith. Okay. Now, I also want to share with you this other. So, this is a ministry that I wanted to share with you. This is an example of faith that I'm having to build this. God gave me a dream the day before Easter, and the morning, Easter morning, He gave me the name of this website, My Baby in Heaven. So if you know any women that have had an abortion or miscarriage, please bring them to this website, mybabyinheaven.com. they haven't gone through a series, an emotional recovery series, click on here, Recovery After Abortion. And there's a video series that they can watch from the privacy of their own home, or they can get the handbook so that they could really, I recommend doing both. Watch the video, but then get the handbook so that you can fill in everything as you go through the exercises. And here's a baby memorial online. It's just pink for girls and blue for boys. And if you're wondering, I don't even know if I have a boy or a girl. If you had an abortion, it was only 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever, weeks that it was. I don't know if it was a boy or girl. Listen, I had 3 abortions and God gave me the name of all of my babies, and I had one miscarriage. So if you go through this series, if you haven't given your baby a name, go through this series and then you can enter the details here. If there's a man in your life that you know that had an abortion, men can also submit the name here. And then I talk a little bit to men who have experienced abortion. So, and if you want to sponsor a mom, here you have the option to sponsor a mom. So so I hope that you were really blessed today by the story of Rahab, the fact that God used a harlot, wrote about her in the Bible, her faith and who God was made her take action in her faith. And now how can you take action in faith? What are areas of your life that you need to put more faith in God, more trust in God and his grace? And still continue to do your work and act in faith. If you knew 100% that God was going to be there for you, that He was going to have your back, that no matter what happened, ultimately, God knows the plans that He has for you. God has good in mind for you. He has, He wants to prosper you. And if you really have faith in all of those promises of God, how would you act in that faith? You'd move forward. And if God blocked that. And if that didn't work out, then you'd move in this direction. Then you just keep moving forward and forward, acting in faith. So if you want to connect, go here to godlybusinesswoman.com. There's some coaching that I have. There's some free courses. If you're getting your business going, this is the event that we have coming up. And stay tuned for the next video. Thank you, ladies. Have a good day. Bye.